All right, so if you've ever found yourself just staring at your to-do list, feeling completely stuck, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to dive into the actual science of why just starting can feel so impossibly hard.
Oh, you know that feeling, right? It's not just in your head. It's a real physical sensation. It's like a wall of nope just goes up between you and the thing you know you should be doing. Well, it turns out that's a universal human thing, and there's a very real reason for it.
So right off the bat, let's get one thing straight. You are not lazy. You're not broken or unmotivated. That resistance you feel, that's a genuine, measurable signal firing deep inside your brain. So, okay, let's get into what's actually going on in there.
So what's causing this? Well, you can think of it like your brain's own internal smoke detector. It's this super old, protective mechanism that's hardwired into us for survival. The only problem is, in our modern world, its wires can get a little crossed. Okay, so let's name names. The real culprit here is a small but really powerful part of your brain called the anterior cingulate cortex. We'll just call it the ACC. This little region is at the very heart of why procrastination feels so physically uncomfortable. Now, what's so wild about the ACC is its job. Neuroscientists call it the brain's conflict monitor. And yeah, it's the part that lights up when you get a paper cut, but, and this is the crazy part, it uses the exact same neural pathways to process emotional pain, like the fear of failing or making a mistake.
And that right there, that's the whole problem in a nutshell. To your ACC, the idea of struggling with that big project feels just like a physical injury. It processes the thought of the task as a real, immediate threat of pain. Literally.
So that's the big question, isn't it? If there's no actual paper cut, what's the smoke that's setting off this internal alarm? What does the ACC even detect it?
Well, the answer is this specific neural signal called error-related negativity, or ERN. It's this sharp burst of brain activity that your ACC creates the second you just think you might mess up. It's not a reaction to failure. It's a reaction to the possibility of failure. It's the smoke, not the fire. And this is so important to understand. The awful feeling you get isn't really about the task itself. It's a state of anticipatory pain. Your brain is literally making you feel bad in the present moment to try and protect you from a pain that might or might not happen in the future. It's a protection system gone haywire.
And this is why we have to totally flip the script on how we talk to ourselves. The story we tell ourselves is usually something about a character flaw, right? Ugh, I'm just so lazy. But the biological reality? Your brain is having a genuine threat response. It's trying to save you from what it sees as an incoming wound.
All right, so if it's just a false alarm, how in the world do we turn it off? Well, the solution, believe it or not, is shockingly simple. Let's look at how we can actually use this knowledge.
Well, think about it. Since the pain is all about anticipation, the second you stop anticipating and you actually start doing, poof, it's gone. In that one instant, the entire threat signal just disappears. The alarm has nothing left to warn you about.
And the reason this works is because of this really cool psychological idea called self-perception theory. Basically, it says that we often figure out how we're feeling by watching our own actions. Your brain isn't just a commander giving orders, it's also an observer, watching you for clues about your own internal state.
And you know, this brings us to what might be the single biggest takeaway from all of this. We all think we need to wait until we feel motivated to get started. But the science shows we have it completely backward. Action has to come first. Motivation isn't the spark, it's the reward that follows the action. So how do you actually do this? Simple. It's called the 2-minute rule. Just pick one thing off your list, anything, and commit to working on it for just 2 minutes. That's it. As soon as you start, your brain, the quiet observer, sees you're doing the thing and goes, I guess we're doing this now. I must be motivated. And just like that, the ACC shuts off that painful alarm signal. And this works so well because you're basically pulling a fast one on your own brain. 2 minutes is just too small of a task for your ACC to see it as a big threat. You just sneak right past the alarm system. And what you're doing is creating a whole new feedback loop. Your action creates a new perception, which then creates the motivation you were looking for all along. You've proven to your brain that the smoke detector was just being dramatic.
So, when you think about it, if procrastination feels like a wound that's caused by just the thought of a task, well then the only way to heal it is through the simple, immediate act of just beginning.
And really, that's what it all comes down to. The question for you now is, what small 2-minute step can you take, maybe right after this, to prove to your brain that there's no threat, there's no wound,
There's just you getting something done.